up in the city. Busy streets, noisy nights, no real sense of silence. But last summer, I decided to visit my grandparents in their village. I hadn't been there in years, thought it to be peaceful, a break from the chaos. So, I packed my things, took a few days off, and headed to the village. Turns out, the real chaos was waiting in the quiet. They say some villages hide more than just old stories and forgotten traditions. Sometimes they hide the dead who never truly left. This happened to me. The village was small, maybe 50 people at most. But the place gave me a strange feeling, like something wasn't quite right. About a week into my stay, something strange happened. There was a guy from the village, let's call him Mark. He worked at a construction site a little outside the village. Usually, he had 2 co-workers with him. But that week, they were reassigned to a different site temporarily. So Mark was working alone. That evening, he didn't come home. People tried calling. Nothing. He was not answering. As the hours passed, calls went unanswered. Worry started to spread. Mark always walked back through the old path, twisty, overgrown, with dense trees on both sides. But this time, he was alone. Everyone knew the old path. Everyone avoids it after dark. There were stories of people hearing whispers there, of shadows that moved when no one was around. His family waited, thinking he might be late. But when it got dark, they knew something was wrong. A small group from the village went looking. They found him lying unconscious in that cursed bend near the mountain base. His face pale, eyes twitching, body ice cold, like his body was there, but something else had taken over. They carried him home. He wasn't bleeding, no injuries, but he wasn't responsive either. Just breathing, barely. They tried everything to wake him. Water splashes, prayers, shouting his name. Then suddenly, his eyes snapped open, and he whispered, "I'm hungry. Let me eat." Everyone was in shock, including me. Just moments ago, he'd been completely unconscious. And then suddenly, he sat up and demanded food. His voice was strange, urgent, not like himself. His family didn't waste a second. They started performing some kind of ritual. They chanted something which I couldn't understand. I stood there, frozen, watching. After that, they gave him food, and the way he ate, it wasn't human. It wasn't normal. I was there, I saw it. He tore into his food like something starving had woken up inside him. Not even chewing, just stuffing it in, making sounds I can't forget. His eyes weren't focused. He wasn't there. It was like something was eating through him. His family tried to stop him, but he became aggressive, so they backed off. Not out of fear for him, but fear of whatever was inside him. Some of the older villagers watched from a distance. They didn't interfere, almost like they knew something. At midnight, some people saw him walking towards the forest, eyes closed, no flashlight, barefoot, sleepwalking. It looked like something was pulling him, controlling him, and the worst part, nobody stopped him, not even his family. He walked straight toward the mountains, right where he was found, and then he vanished. The next morning, people searched, and they knew where to look. And there, near the exact same spot, they found his body, lifeless, cold. The spirit took him. No signs of injury, no explanation, just gone. He was dead. That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind kept replaying everything. The way Mark ate, how he walked into the woods, like he wasn't in control, how nobody seemed shocked when he didn't return. I needed answers. So I went to the kitchen, where my grandmother was still awake, sipping tea in silence. I asked her, "Grandma, what happened to Mark? What's going on in this village?" She didn't answer right away, just stared out the window. Then slowly she said, "You were too young to remember, but this isn't the first time." Her voice was calm but low, like she was afraid something might hear. And then she warned me, "Don't ever go near that place." I asked her what she meant. She looked at me and said, "It waits for people who are alone. It watches. Sometimes it follows them home. It gets inside them. First they act strange, then they eat like they've never eaten before. And then it takes them. The thing doesn't just possess people, it uses them. It empties them out. And when it's done, it feeds on what's left." Then she leaned forward and said something I'll never forget. Whatever came back with Mark wasn't Mark. It just wore his skin. until it didn't need him anymore. She said it had happened before, always the same way. The next morning, I packed my things. I didn't say much. No one really did. I had barely slept. My head was heavy, my chest even heavier. My grandparents stood at the gate. I walked up to them, hugged my grandpa and grandma a little longer. I didn't want to let go. I told them, "I'll miss you. Please take care of yourselves." As the bus started moving, I kept my eyes on the rearview mirror until the village disappeared behind the trees. I looked out the window one last time. I saw the forest. All I could think about was the way Mark had eaten, the blank stare, and the things my grandmother told me the night before. I didn't see anything in the woods that day, but I didn't need to. I was just looking at that place, remembering. It freaked the hell out of me. It felt like something was still there, watching and waiting for someone else to walk alone through the dark. If you enjoy real, bone-chilling stories like this, go ahead and subscribe. It lets me know you're into this stuff, and you'll get notified the moment the next video drops. I'm already working on the next one. It just needs a little editing, and trust me, it's just as terrifying.